busy.
Go Comfort.
Are we live?
Yep.
Oh, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Today's Sunday, the 7th of July 2024. This is Comfort talking to you from the United Kingdom. And of course, I'm joined again today with our family members, brothers and sisters in the house. It's Hero Special. We can call it any name. As you can see, we are running live for obvious reasons that we are waiting for our baby OConnect. And so we still have to keep things going. That's why we're here running live today. So we are just here to share our passion, to share our hearts. The week has been a bit busy. We've seen Ash here and there. If you've got said that struck you, that touched you, this is the time to share it. We'll watch even the comment section. However, guys, just at the very beginning, we want to let you know it's difficult for us to answer questions here. All we will do is share our passion, keep the fire burning, and of course, in due time, when we're ready, we'll do Q&A. So welcome, guys, and of course, hello, Mr. Burks. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome, thanks, Comfort.
So Andy seems to be freezing. Can anybody hear me? Uncle Bob, can you hear me?
Yes, 505. I can hear you. I can hear Andy very well.
It's all right. I will talk. I can't hear Andy, but I can hear you, Uncle Bob. So if everybody is hearing you and myself, so Uncle Bob, it's been a sweet week. You had Mr. Mufare visit you yesterday. OTech Pro, congratulations for a powerful show you put up yesterday. So what do you have in mind today for the heroes?
Oh man. First of all, this is your brother Bob. I'm here in Bel Air, Maryland. It's a beautiful day outside here in Maryland. Thank you all for tuning in. I know our OES is down, our OConnect is down for the moment, but we know whatever comes next is going to be fantastic. So yesterday we had our OTech pros and their affiliates and founders around the world, and Mr. Ash popped in. When he came in, I mean, things just went to heaven, as we can say. You know, he was very excited. We're actually just going around. We had this affiliate from, she lives here in the United States in Georgia, but she was visiting her mother in Burkina Faso, Ouagadougou. So her connection was not really good. So she came in and then, you know, we just went around and I was asking questions. And when Mr. Ash came out last week at the OP360, he made so many pronouncements, he said so many things, talked about traffic, talked about, you know, other things, how a lot of work is going on behind the scenes. But one thing that he said that actually struck me, which struck the chord, which initiated the debate about data before Mr. Ash came in, was he said that data was going to be the new commodity of the 21st century, you know. So when I heard that, I remembered something that I read that I'll be talking about during our presentation. This quote from Robert Kiyosaki, when he was making his projections, he was saying that looking at how wealth was determined in the past few years, past 300 years, and then he came to the conclusion that in this century where we are, that information is what is going to drive wealth. And what's that information is data. So I put that in and then called colleagues in, and we're just talking about the importance of data. And then Mr. Ash popped in. And then he expanded on what we were talking about. We just blew our minds. You know, he first of all, he told us, he made it clear, and which is true, that data, AI and data is the key, is what everybody is striving to now. Anybody who is going to control that department, that area, is really going to own it, if you know what I mean. And then he just went in and gave us some insights on what they are doing, Sister Comfort. I mean, if you understand what Mr. Ash said yesterday, you should just rest assured that this man is advancing in this technology in a way that nobody has seen before. He told us his strategy. What he's doing is he went and he got the information from every single data center hosting service provider that's out there, got they are, when you need something, right? The people make their bid, they send you their quotations and things, and the kinds of things that they can do and stuff. So Ash Mufara collected it from every data service provider that's out there, and then he looked at it, implemented all those the technologies that they are using, added his own, found other things that are not related with data services, but he thinks that they might benefit us, and then he adds it into it. That's the technical side. So we used to speculate that on-passive data center is going to be the best, but when he told us that, that confirmed our suspicion, because you cannot take everything, all these technical specifications that's out there, put them all together in one place, add your own, and then you don't be the best. And then it also has the human element of it as well, the human part. So when you create that kind of environment, that kind of complex technology, then you add the human part also, looking at it from the security of the data, making sure that this data is not sold, bringing down the pricing. That's the human part. So it's going to be cheaper as well. It's not only going to be technically solid and superior, but it's going to be cheaper. So customers are going to flock in. Then you also looked at the hardware part of it. He said something also very critical: the hardware part and the energy efficiency of our own system, I may call. He succeeded in negotiating something that we've never heard before. It's like you buy a car, you have a car, and you have this unlimited warranty that anything that goes wrong with that car at any moment, you have a brand new car. So the hardware that is going to be within this our own data center is going to be constant renewal, new hardware, flawless hardware without any problems. And then of course it's also energy efficient. So those things blew our mind, especially me, for instance, because I know when everything is put together and we go out into the market, it's just going to blow up the place. That's what actually caught my attention and made me constantly screaming and carrying my hands in the air, because it tells us a lot. When Ash Mufara says that, it does not mean that is limited to only this our own data center. And I had been saying this before. If you go back in the days of Owen, that's when we used to explain the process. Every single thing, that is his approach to me, in my opinion, but I think rightfully so, it's correct. Every single thing, if you look at even our OConnect, you realize that every single other video conference platform that's out there, we have covered all their functionality and some. And that is going to be the same with old domain. That's going to be the same with old tracker and all the products that are coming in ONPASSIVE. That's how I see it. We are talking about superiority from all angles, from our ecosystem, from our the processor that is being developed right now, to our hosting services, our old domain, everything, all big picture. We are going to be superior all the way. So I'll send it back to you. That's my take.
Thank you so much, Uncle Bob, and of course, thanks for the great overview of yesterday's delivery by our CEO as usual. And so I think it looks different because I can see everybody. I can see my brother Vincent, Peter Rogers. Welcome, everybody. So, Collins, you were in this together, and you have been discussing with Uncle Bob for a couple of hours since yesterday about Mr. Mubarak's delivery that data is the commodity of the century. Sometimes people get excited because they get it really quick. Others are just still because they don't get it yet. So what would that mean? Data being the commodity of the century. Collins.
All right, Stakofo, yes, I was just trying to send the link to, I think, someone want to come. Can someone go and then I'll come back?
I'll go since I already spoke. Let me leave
Yeah.
and then I can.
Yes, I'll come back. I'll come back. If someone can go,
No,
I'll come back.
Collins just wants somebody to speak while he's helping.
I'll come back to
Is that what
explain
you
that.
want,
Yes.
Collins?
Okay.
All right, I'll let Andy go.
Okay.
Bro, I'll let Andy go on that. Then any other person, if you want to add something to what he says, then it's fine. Andy, can you hear me, please?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear
Yes.
you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Andy.
Yeah. I
Good.
can hear you.
Right. Hooray. Happy Sunday, everybody. Very interesting conversation. Very interesting. Now, obviously, we know that the likes of Amazon Web Services like to continuously add on and add on and add on, and make the cost more and more and more and more. But it was very interesting, and I would recommend that everybody go and listen to what was said yesterday in the OTech Pros meeting. Very, very interesting and very, very exciting. So we know there's stuff coming. Ooh. And that's getting exciting, because when this thing starts to go, I don't think that the vast majority of people still realize what's going to happen. You have a company that is undoubtedly going to be $1 trillion company in a relatively short period of time. There's no other company that I've come across that has gone, to the stage of a unicorn company almost from birth. And when this thing starts with the products that we have and their superiority in the marketplace, we're just going to see people flooding in, because as Ash said yesterday, this is value for money, guys. It's value for money. How many other companies do value for money? None. They're all in it for a bit of this. Yeah, that's it. That's all they want. They want their pound of flesh in the form of cash. Ash isn't interested in that. Provide me with something that has value for money but is a superior product. And all of these other companies, they're going to have complaint calls. Why did you charge us this amount over this period of time when you could have done it for this? It's an incredible system and an incredible setup. So, and I'm very excited. Back to you, Comfort.
Sure, thank you, Andy. The excitement is real. Can everybody hear me, please? I just want to be sure.
Yeah,
Thumbs up.
yes.
Can you hear me? All right. All right. Thank you. Thanks so much. So I'm trying not to ask questions, because it's better when people share what is striking them, what's happening, what new thing you've discovered, or emphasizing on stuff. But Vincent, it's about data, and you are the man here. Do you have anything at all to add to the conversation that data is the commodity of the century?
Well, thank you, Sister Comfort. Hello to everyone this panel. Thank you also for joining Aero webinar today. So, like Sister Comfort, you are saying, today we are working in a digital world. Everything is digital. Any single job you are doing today, you need to learn about digital skill. So, digital skill is what is going around the world. Every single world today, you need to know about digital skill. So, the communication skill, digital. Everything today, send it to the digital skill. So if you don't know the digital skill, so you are behind. So you have to go back and learn, because today world is digital skill. And then among the digital skill, we back to cyber security to protect our data. So, and then inside the data, we talk about big data, because more and more we handle the data, become big and big, difficult to handle. So we need a big company also to look after the data. So Mr. Ash Mufara is aware of all this around the technology. Everything is going around the technology. Is aware of that. And then ONPASSIVE is one of the greatest companies where we are looking about the data. The data is one of the primary thing for Mr. Ash, because if your data is not protected, all the issues companies are facing today is the data protection issues. So, but today, as I know, ONPASSIVE is one of the company where the data is mostly protected. We have our security system is protected. We have our data protected. Everything is well protected. And then the technology today, we are working among the latest technology. So when I'm talking about latest technology, I'm talking about artificial intelligence, the big data, the data science, everything among the data today. We are complying with all those technologies. And then we are well prepared for that. Mr. Ash Mufara is aware of all these technologies and how the world is moving. So today is a digital world, digital technology. Is aware of that. He knows all these things come around these technologies. So how to protect all these technologies, because the technology is growing. So we need new skill, new way to do things. We don't do things like the whole way system. So that's why Mr. Ash has implemented artificial intelligence system. This artificial intelligence system is going to protect ONPASSIVE. All our single app in ecosystem is embedded with artificial intelligence. Also with artificial intelligence security system added to it. So like my brother Oliver said, we are fine. Everything is protected. We should not aware, or we should not be worried. We are not worried. We should not worry about how the data system is moving among ONPASSIVE. So we are well protected. So for me, and in terms of data, one of the strongest data protected so far, because the database is protected. We have, even when we are sleeping, the data is protected. We have all this encryption system among our data. And in terms of the database, we have also TDE, transparent encryption system. So when we are sleeping, no one can go to our system and take our data, go and transfer to anywhere else. It can never happen. So for that, we should all assure, sleep very well, no worry, and then give the job to Mr. Ash to carry on doing the great job. He is working on that. So that's the digital world, and then the security among that, the latest technology, all combined to one. Mr. Ash is looking after that. So we should not worry at all for that. So that's my input today. Thank you, Sister Comfort.
All right, thank you. Thanks so much, Vincent. Great contribution as usual. Of course, let's welcome our own best friend in house, Red. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Yes, so Red, I think you joining, you just follow and see what we're doing. It's just a day we want to share excitement, what happened in the week. People are touching on days. Data is the greatest commodity of the century. So whatever you have in mind, at some point, you definitely want to contribute, chip in something. So Collins, are you ready now?
I'm ready. I am really ready. Yes. So yeah, we're talking about data, which is really important. You know, Mr. Mufara talked about two things. Yesterday was data center, data, the importance of data, and traffic. But we're talking about data today. When we look at data, what is really data is more the essential thing that we know in life. For instance, your name, your addresses, you know, your money in the bank, you know, everything, you know, is about data. Because like Vincent said, we're moving from the normal way of life where we used to write things on books, on spreadsheet, and we're moving now to what? To a digital, you know, place where we can store all that information, because spreadsheet cannot handle all of those billions of information. We are moving into that. And when you talk about data, you're looking like your way of life is data. Everything about us now, human being, animals, trees, they are all data. And when you look at that, it is money. You know, Ash made a statement, he said the world now is too small. Why the world is too small is because of digital, because of the computerized system of the way they manage things. You know, some people are just waking up and say, no, we cannot handle this anymore. So we need to get that intact. If you look at, you know, we're talking about birth certificate. When you look at that, there are people, when you ask them in Africa, when is your date of birth? Like our moms, who are, some of them are even 90 years, 70 years. They don't know when they were born. They said, I was born when it was raining season, dry season, maybe winter time, this. But they cannot precisely tell you the month and date. But thank God to the digital age, we can memorize all of that. Because when you are born, they can tell you it's daytime, it's nighttime, 12 midnight, you know, all of those things, the second, the minute, thanks to computer age. All of this, they are all data, you know, very important. And then talk less of your money in the bank, anything, because there are two things I always say, your health and money. These are the two essential things. I remember even our Prime Minister here, former Prime Minister Tony Blair, said, why not, if NHS can sell some of this data, when they said UK is really going down, what if we put this data out? It will bring us a lot of money. That's why they said data is the new gold mine. Because the moment you put it out, what will happen? people will start to contact reference, contact Peter Rogers, contact Andy. Oh, we have this to sell. Can you buy this? Can you do that? Can you do that? They want to sell product, because that is where, if you open NHS UK is more than 60 million people in the United Kingdom. Imagine if you open that data to the world, what will happen? People will flock in. Company will flock in. Tell NHS, now this is where I have to sell my product. All of us will be having calls every day. They don't care if you are a kid. Oh, you are a child. Okay, forget about you. Are you 60 years? They will go to that age where they can sell their product. And guess what? They will sell. That is the commodity. That's when I said data is the commodity, the new gold. Because those who have the data, they have the gold. Because when they expose it to the world, every market, every company want to come in and sell their products. And I said, tell me where the data is. Do you know where the data is? It's not about UK now. It's not about America. It's about the 5.5 billion internet users. Those who go to the internet space. Write something. Put it on the internet space. Tomorrow, everybody can search you. Go and search Comfort. They'll know the day you were born from Cameroon. You moved to Germany. You moved to that. Anything you have done on the internet space, somebody can see it. Somebody searched and saw me. Saw all my education and everything I've done within this. These are things people don't know. You put your name, your real name, they can see everything, your school, your dad, because it's there on the internet space for people to see. This is the commodity. And I said, what will happen? We will not only grab that, we have a new system, but we will filter it to make sure we have targeted traffic, targeted leads that will come into ONPASSIVE. Those who are even coming for the free products, those who are coming for the payable product, doesn't matter. But ONPASSIVE will be a home for everybody to enjoy. That's what we call data, the new commodity. You cannot get it anywhere. He said we have an AI system where we can bring all of those data into our data system. And that's why they are doing all this expansion, not only to accommodate the 1.4 million users, but to accommodate even 6 billion to even 8 billion. And when they talk about the data and the data center, he said, like Bob said, and even I agree with Bob, that's what I said. We have grabbed it. He said, if I know Red knows something, what is wrong going close to Red? Humble yourself to understand what Red is doing. Pick all the good things that Red is doing. Go to Andy, pick all the good things. Go to Peter Rogers, pick all the good things. Assemble everything together and be the best. Be the best version of Red, be the best version of Andy, be the best version of Peter. But they will not even know that you capture all their good parts, eliminate all what they are doing wrong, but pick all the good points, put everything together and become the best. When he said that, I said, this is where I know ONPASSIVE data center will be the best. Now we've gone at those days where you need space, big land, heat. It's talk about energy efficient in data center. You don't even need it. Last time, this man called me. Last night was 1 a.m. I even spoke to Oliver. It was our brother, one of our top friend in ONPASSIVE, Niraj, because he said this technical thing I don't really understand. I said the day is coming. I don't know if it's my lifetime or maybe the children's, where people will be working with data center in their pocket. He said, what do you mean? Technology is growing very fast. I said, remember when we had hard drive, it was big in your storeroom, your computer is there, your hard drive is there, and it's making noise. What happened? We can hold that 3 terabyte in your pocket. What if you can hold data center in your pocket? You never know. That is technology. The world is going crazy. We have not even explored half of the knowledge of this world. And I said, we don't need big space anymore. It will be energy efficient, and it can hold even, he said, 5.5 billion and more. It will be replicable, unlimited, and even uncorruptible. We are talking about, when sometimes you have the servers and the racks, data center have racks. Some people will not know. I know Red understand this. Data center is not only software or data, it's about hardware. What if the hardware is uncorruptible? It doesn't corrode. You have unlimited license where they can replenish it on the fly while the system is running. You know, Ash explained all of that. I said, my God. He said, don't worry, you will see what you've never seen. And that's what make me crazy.
All right.
If you can have that
Hold
for
on.
one side, so I'm done.
Collins, wait.
Comfort. Thank you.
You're not done. You're not done. Sorry. If you have a cup of water, get a sip, because there are things that when we discuss, I want to get a few things clear, because we have visitors on watching us. We have people who just joined us. They don't have much information, much knowledge about this yet. We have people who have not been paying attention. So data is the new commodity. Ash has it all, and he has the fine version, because he has to sieve it out and take just the fine one that we need. And for example, NHS is proposed at some point long time ago, what if we sell it? But what we know in ONPASSIVE is we don't sell data. Are you saying that at some point Ash will turn around and say, like, people need this, why don't I sell it for money? Do you think there will come a time when there will be something like that?
You know what will happen with ONPASSIVE? We've got to that stage where when you control the data, business come in. Yesterday, I made a statement. My brother Bob even concur with me. What if you have two markets? Is a comfort? You have two markets. One has only 100 people. Forget about what they are selling, but it's an open market for you to go and promote your business. And you have a market with 1 million people. Forget about what you say. See, you're selling cocoyam or you're selling rice. And you said, okay, where do I go? Do you want to go to a market with 100 people and you don't know how many people will buy your rice? Or do you want to go to an open market with 1 million people? I would turn my heart to that environment of 1 million people. I know with that 1 million people, at least 50 people will be looking for the rice I have, or the spinach, or whatever I'm selling, maybe pizza or what. I will go to that market, 1 million people. It's an open market, it's not targeted. But Ash is talking about a verifiable traffic, customers. Every customer that is coming in will be verified. It means you cannot come, there is no duplication. So if we are having 5.5 billion, they are all verified. I cannot go and create a clone of Collins 1 million times or 50 million times like other place. But I know if this Collins is only one Collins, if it's Andy, it's only Andy. Andy need to go and create something and create a fake name or another name, or the brother, maybe a brother, and that person with that name cannot come in again because Andy have used the name. But if I'm me, they verify you. So it means everybody who is coming is 100% verified by AI. And sometimes people take it as joke. AI can verify. Look at it. When you go to the passport, people say, yeah, Collins is lying. Go to passport service. Use a clone passport. See if you pass through that gate. See if you pass through the machine. It's a machine verifying you, not human being. The machine will tell you, I don't know you, because you are not real human being. You put your passport, scan it in, shift behind, stand on the post, they look at you and say, no, that passport doesn't belong to you. That is exactly what Ash is talking. Machine verifying you, authenticate you, and verify and say, yes, this is 100%. You are not a robot. You are a human being. And if Ash can verify that for 5.5 billion, comfort, we are finished. Because regardless of what you want, you cannot come in for OConnect, but you can come in for O-Tracker. You can come in for O-Domain. You can come in for O-Academy. You can come in for whatever ONPASSIVE is selling. Maybe today is not the product you want, but you have already verified, waiting for what you want. You can come in for OPAL. That's what Ash is saying. Verifiable traffic. AI verifiable. That's what Ash was saying yesterday. So what ONPASSIVE is bringing, and it is massive, 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 massive. Because I've seen this firsthand, and I'm saying, when I say traffic, I say with passion because I've seen it.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. Thank you, bro. I think you've answered the question. So, Marty, while we see Tari here, I would like to hear your take to this. So, if I just want us to conclude the data thing, because it came up and it's always something of interest. We would like people to know. So, do you have a comment so far to make to what you've heard the other people say about data being the new commodity and all those, Marty?
I couldn't add any more on what they did, but I can emphasize some of it. You know, people are asking, is he ever going to sell our data? Here's the difference. We are data, okay? All of us are data. We look different, but in the long run, we're data according to online and all that. So what will happen is, because we are consumers, one day we'll have 500 million people in ONPASSIVE floating around doing whatever they want to do. Like Colin said, if you like this, get it. You don't get this. It doesn't matter. And once you do a good product, branding wise, everybody will be clamoring for the next product. But where the data comes in also is when big companies come in, they want traffic, but they want real traffic. We become real traffic. Now, I don't want people to flip out. I got somebody calling me. I don't want people to flip out like we're being used. We're not being used. What this means is, hey, Comfort, there's a company that wants to advertise whatever it is. Okay, you can know what it is, obviously. Would you be interested in putting an ad on one of your 1 million websites? Sure. And you get a few pennies on the dollar. If there's billions of websites out there, we're talking a lot of money. The difference is, instead of like Facebook that collects all the money from the data they're selling to someone else and the consumer gets none, we get to share in the revenue of letting them jump on or piggyback on our websites. That is unheard of. It's unheard of. And when Ash was talking about that yesterday, a couple of things I'm going to go over a little bit, because I took notes after the fact because I'm not any good at it while it's going. But he said there's a global race for data, a global race. Now, most of us don't know what it means. And here's the other point I want to make out to everybody watching, whether you're a founder or you're not a founder. You don't have to know the details. It's good to know that data is gold. And there's ways to get out there and get it. When I said yesterday, we're going to these places, we look at what they're doing and walking through with a basket and fill in our basket with the good parts of everyone. And then they're going to modify it to ONPASSIVE, even using companies that you would think, well, that has nothing to do with AI, or that has nothing to do with products that we're using, but it doesn't matter. There'll be a hybrid ONPASSIVE that is going to maximize all of that. That is mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing. He said it's a very competitive market, way more than he thought. He said, what if you could catch the success of different data centers, just the good parts of it, and bring it in and use it, and then add to it how you want to modify it to you. He said, I'm not going to reinvent the wheel, but my wheel is going to roll better than anybody else. That's powerful. I don't need to reinvent it. I want it to roll faster. And by the way, instead of you paying $700 for a wheel, I'll give you a customized wheel that you've never seen before for $250. And it'll go more miles. It's those kind of things people need to look at. That's what he's working towards. He said AWS, yes, they're a machine. They suck in money we wouldn't even believe. I believe it's $2 billion a week goes in. AWS is like 52% of that or higher. But he said they have no love for what they do. Make it as cheap as you can, run it, bury it alive, and keep rebuilding and keep rebuilding. As said, no, we're going to put a twist on it. We want to build it where it's good for the consumer. They'll like it. They'll love it. But we also want to make it high tech, not bulky, build it no matter what it costs so that it runs more efficient. And he said, this was so cool. He said, we're going to talk energy, and we talk data, and we talk gathering all this stuff. If you can cut the energy down and do the same jobs as these other people, but more efficient, even though it might cost you more to get it started, if you're saving half in energy, it's mind-blowing. mind-blowing. And he covered all of that a little bit yesterday. I know some people want to say, well, I want to know the details about this and that. Why? What's it matter? Either you believe what he's doing or you don't. And if you don't, I wouldn't be here this long. It would be stupid. And even if you knew all the information, what are you going to do? Put an input and say, well, I wouldn't do it that way. I'd have the data go here. I mean, they know what they're doing. They got the best of the best. He has also surrounded himself with people he said to give him a headache, which was pretty cool. If he's getting a headache from somebody, that means they're making him think. So it's out there. And the great news is he wants the best for everybody, no matter what it costs, and share the revenue. If there's anything better than that, I've never seen it. I don't know anybody that would even want to do it. But like he said it's difficult. We're going through hard times. But he realizes if it's this hard and that many people, that stuff is against you, that means we have something valuable because you have to fight to keep it. That's all I have right now.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. Thank you so much. So I'll just like my brother Oliver to chime in from wherever, after which we'll hear from Peter Rogers. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, hi everybody. Happy Sunday. Yesterday when I got back, I was like, Collins and Bob, they gave me an update. Maddie also text. I was like, hey. Then I've listened to that yesterday with Collins and even Bob, and I put it on my screen, But one thing that really blew my mind when Ash talked about hardware, and he talked about our hardware and the energy, for our data center. And when he talked about, it's like a warranty. It's like you have your car, and your car, you have a life warranty on that car, unlimited warranty. Let me put it that way, which therefore means everything now ONPASSIVE is unlimited. Even the warranty for our data center is unlimited. That one really blew my mind away. Then he talked about the respect for users. That ONPASSIVE has that respect for users, that humanity, that's what also make me, because some of these big companies, they don't respect users. They don't care. You buy, you buy, you don't buy, they don't care. They are making their money because they know they are the monopoly. But now we are coming to the market. ONPASSIVE is coming out to the market, to come and say that, hey, we are going to respect our users. Our users' data are not going to be out there, that they'll be selling them out there, and we'll treat them like family. Like Mr. Ash Mufara said, that we will treat our users like family, and that one also. Then when he talked about the supply and the demand of the data center, and what he used again to back it up, he talked about the data and he talked about the AI, that is being connected to the internet space, and then he came again, he talked about there's no space, there's nowhere in the world today that if 5 billion people wants to come together, they can chat, they can sit and talk. Only ONPASSIVE is going to bring that into infusion. This is like crazy, So guess what? All those customers are going to be in our data center. You know what that means. You know what it means. They'll have 5.5 billion people in our ecosystem. Do the math, man. It's mind blowing. Our generation will never suffer. So when I compare it with, when I was talking to Bob and Collins them also, compare it with others, they don't have up to 3 billion customers. And if we can have 5.5 billion in our ecosystem, then that is and he talked how we will continue, ONPASSIVE will continue to bring out disruptive, technology. And he said it with authority that we are going to lead in the AI space. That they are setting our model that they're setting now is for us to lead in AI. That is something that I want to say, good, look, we are in a very comfortable position. We are fine. And then he said that he is more confident and relaxed When the CEO is more confident and relaxed, because he knows what is at the back end, he knows what is coming. That should also by induction making us to be also more relaxed and happy that what is coming, you know. And for the system, for our ecosystem to be down for more than 1 week today, at least we all know, he mentioned that also, we all understand what is coming after that when they open it to the world. So we should be prepared, and we should be fired up, and we should make sure that, you know, we make our other founders them to understand where they are. You know, that this patient that will be patient, I always say it, that patient is a virtue. To be patient is a virtue. So we are going to be fine, and we are going to rock the world. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to rock the world indeed. I like the bit where you say our generations will never suffer. And it's high time somebody understood this when. So we are just here laying groundworks for what our children and their children will always have. So sorry about the background noise. So I'll just let my brother Peter just go now. Go ahead, Peter.
Hi, everyone. Well, I'm going to come from a bit of a different perspective of these guys. Obviously, these guys, you know, this is what they do. They know about technology. They know about data centers and security. You know, I mean, I'm just an ordinary guy who listens to what's going on and what's being said. This is really what I want to say about what Ash was on the Protect guys yesterday. And what he said, you know, it's worth going to watch that video. That video was, it was a way, I think it was one of the best videos that Ash has ever done, one of the best presentations he's ever done of what he's actually talking about. He made it easy for people to understand. These guys here have obviously given you a lot more detail about what was said, which was great. And so I can't really add anything to what has actually been, what these guys have actually said. You know, what I'm gonna say was that last night when the Protect guys were on, the OTech guys were doing their webinar, I was actually out at a venue. I was at a party, and we had the football on. And England, by the way, won last night. So I'll just add that bit in. And then I realised that obviously Ash was on. So I got the football on. I was at a wedding, a 50th birthday party, and listening to Ash on my phone. And I got so excited about what he was talking about. I actually went outside and missed the football to listen to what Ash had got to say, because it really took hold of me what he was saying. So that, as I say, that video is well worth listening to. You know, Ash gave a lot of good information out. You know, he's the chef in the kitchen now. He's really head chef, and he's putting everything together, and everything is moving the way he wants it to move forward. And we are part of that, and that's great for all of us. And so, as I said, I can't really add to what these guys already said there. These guys here are really clever. They know what Ash is talking about. They've basically breaking it down for a simple guy like me to understand. And it's great because I love being with them, because they do spend time and they explain it to everybody what it's all about. So anyway, that's all I've got to say. I'll pass it back to Comfort, and we'll see you again. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Pete. Comfort has to step out a little bit. She's asked me to just fill in for her before she gets back. Sister Macien, if you can hear me, please come on down and give us our own reaction to what's been happening so far.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Uncle Bob. Thank you, everyone. Good morning and welcome to our Hero and OTech Pro webinar. What an excited moment that we are right now. Oh my, yesterday when our CEO unexpectedly showed up to the OTech Pro webinar, he blew our mind. And I, as a lady, I feel like I was in the kitchen trying to test the food already, you know, and I come to realize that what our CEO is cooking is more than what we have been thinking. So, and I know that people have been so impatient, and they keep asking what is going on. So after yesterday, if you don't know what is going on, it means I don't think that you have really understood where you are right now. because he clearly told us about what is going on, where he's taking us, the direction he wants us to go, and maybe for certain the destination he will take us and end up with us. So yesterday was such a great day, the most happiest day for the past 4 years that I've been in ONPASSIVE. It was just so amazing because looking at the faces, the smile, the confidence on our CEO face, you know, he looks so uplifted. He looks so amazed. He looked like he have already done it. You remember 4 years ago, he told us, do it or die. We can realize that he have already done it, and he know that he's getting there, and it's just a matter of time. He's going to be putting it in everybody's plate so that we can all enjoy it. So I just want to let everybody know, if you are listening to us and you don't get it yet, just be patient, because and just focus, you will be fine. I think our brother said that every time, focus and you will be fine. So it's not a big deal, and thank God this is a company that the only thing we have to do now, because we are in, is just to wait and somebody will make it happen for us. That's the only thing we have to do now. We just have to wait and somebody will make it happen. You cannot find it anywhere around the globe. A digital company that will ask you to come in, they're going to do everything for you, and what you have to do is to take it to the next level. And I am so pleased because for the first time in the whole history of the world, I am in seeing how everything is going, and I'm going to be part. I will write my story. I will use ONPASSIVE to have a story to tell, something that I have not been able, or I didn't even know that it was going to be possible. So this company is a platform where everybody is able to have a story to tell, where you can come in, and if you don't think that yesterday was going to be really good for you, believe me, you will get there, and it's going to happen because one person, our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara, and his crew have decided that they're taking the hard work, and what we have to do is to enjoy it. So thank you, Bra Bob, and everybody here for listening to me today. That was my yesterday taking on. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just stay focused and you are fine. I'm sure I'm sure in the whole of ONPASSIVE, if there's one person that everybody really wants to hear his reaction to what Mr. Ash said yesterday, would be the one and only Mr. Red Redfern. So, Brother Red, please take it over and give us your reaction.
Thanks very much. Cheers, Bob. Everyone here, as you all know, Heroes is not really a webinar I come on. That's not because I don't think it's a fantastic webinar. It's just because I try really hard to give myself one free day away from ONPASSIVE, and that's normally a Sunday. But before I get into the data question, as what we're talking about now, I wanted to come on today because I am so excited. Oh man, at the moment I really am so excited. Why? Because we've heard from CEO Ash Mufara yesterday on OTech Pros. He spoke absolutely brilliantly. He, if you are a fan of Ash and you have learned how he talks, you can navigate between the lines of what he's talking about. Now, let's couple that with our COO, Mohammed Kamal. And he's been very prominent over this weekend as well, with some really good interviews with Indian brothers who are over in Dubai at the moment. And he certainly has reiterated and told us exactly where we are at the moment. And believe you me, it is exciting at the moment. What Ash talked about, what Mohammed Kamal talked about. I mean, when you've got the COO reiterating once again that we only know 1.5–2% of what is going on in ONPASSIVE, that's a whole 98%, guys, of stuff we have zero idea about and what is coming our way. We are, for those lucky enough to be early adopters, affiliates of ONPASSIVE, this is literally the ride of our lives. You know, we are so privileged to have seen the inauguration of ONPASSIVE from the early days in 2018 to where we are now. and we literally are very close. I know we said we've closed many times, but things happen in business that maybe scupper ideas, scupper plans. But one thing's for sure is we've always had a CEO at the helm who is determined to see this through, to make that difference, to make the correction to corruption, to actually build a business and a platform that is going to benefit the average person. That's all of us here, everybody who is listening to it. We are normal people. Let's take it all the way back to what he was talking about, data. Now, before I get into talking about data, let me just tell you a little bit of a story. I've got a friend of mine and he works for Expedia. Really high powered job, what he does. He's a procurement officer. What's that mean in real terms? He's the guy that goes to every company that's out there. He buys data for Expedia. So any companies out there who's got a list of clientele, emails, names, whatever it may be, he tips up as a meeting when it says, listen, you've got 100,000 emails and names. I'll give you $1 million for it. Right? That is what his job is. He goes all over the world, speaks to all over people. Doesn't really matter what business it is, because at the end of the day, data is data. That is names, addresses, and etc. This is what Expedia are after, and he is that procurement officer for them. Let's bring that back to ONPASSIVE. Data is, as Ash said, the number one thing that people want online. Why am I going at it this way? To try and let you know how ONPASSIVE is going to work, in my opinion. Now, I might be well off the mark, but I don't think I am. For those of us who've been around a long time, Ash spoke 2-3 years ago on some webinars, and he was saying, in those early days, we will be paying for traffic. We'll be paying the likes of Google. We will pay the likes of Facebook and Amazon and Twitter and TikTok and all the rest of it to do advertising for ONPASSIVE on these platforms. But within a very short period of time, we are the people who companies will be coming to advertise with us. Why? Because we are going to be the traffic. Marty mentioned this when he was speaking. We ONPASSIVE are going to be the traffic. Why? Because we have 100% verified real people who are interested in buying something that that company might want to sell. We're going to have our own marketplace. We're going to have our own e-commerce sites. What better way for any company out there to advertise within our ecosystem, within our platforms? And don't forget, remember, he was saying that you'll be able to tick a box where on your website you're going to have adverts on there as well for you to have a little bit of revenue from as well. All of these things make ONPASSIVE the place where companies are going to say, I want to advertise with you. So we become the traffic. But not only that, we become verified real people traffic. None of you buy 100 clicks or 100 emails, and you might be lucky if you get 0.5%, let alone 1% return on somebody that might even open an email. We're going to have 100% of the people that are going to see your advert and have a fair chance for that person to then go and have a look. Company are going to have the analytics. Why? We've got them. We've got OTracker. They got the analytics. We've got OTrim. Again, analytics. They're going to know how important ONPASSIVE is because they're going to get more clicks, more people viewing their websites because they are real people interested in their products. But not only that, we won't allow any company to advertise with them unless we've vetted them to make sure the products are legitimate and they are something that are going to be of interest or use to our customers. It's win-win wherever you look at. This is real data. This is real traffic. Now, I'm not saying that is going to be our only source. I'm not saying that is going to be the only way that we do things, but I am very sure that we are going to be the hunted. We are going to be the people that companies will want to advertise to, which means revenue for the business. Any revenue whatsoever that comes into the ONPASSIVE business through whatever means is of benefit to us in one way, shape, or form. Whether it's expansion, whether it is putting back into doing more things, whatever it may be, it is of benefit. And this is why I'm so excited with what the news has come out at the moment, with our CEO telling us all of these things. Listen, I get it. People want to know where we're at, what's happening, what happened to commissions, where's our website, all these sort of things. I understand it. And I get why people are maybe nervous. But remember what our CEO said yesterday. If you are a negative person, whatever you say is correct. If you're a positive person, whatever you think is correct. And it's absolutely true. All depends on how you look and how you view. I've always maintained the same thing about us early adopters. Don't you want to see it through? Don't you want to see this to the end? Don't you deserve to see how it all pans out? I certainly believe so. I believe that this is the best company that I have ever come across in the internet space. You only have to look. Why are we still here? 6 years down the line. Why are we still here? Because we've got a company that have the attitude of we are going to succeed. Regardless of anything that comes in their way, we will find a way to get round it, to overcome it, to see this through. But you deserve as well to see the end result. Our CEO is determined to make sure that we are the beneficiaries of that end result. Listen to what he said yesterday. His drive is us, not the company making money, not his back pocket, not what he can make out of it. No, that's not his drive. His drive is making us the beneficiaries of this business. Have you ever heard of that before? I certainly haven't. Look at every single company that's out there at the moment in the internet space. Who do they think about? Themselves, shareholders, and if you're lucky, top 2% who are involved. Not our CEO. No. He's saying, you guys out there, you are the ones that I want to benefit out of what I am doing. This is what gets him out of bed in the morning. This is what drives him forward. To say I'm excited at the moment is an absolute understatement. Listen, I understand that people are worried, frustrated. They see things, they listen to things, they hear things. Stay focused on the goal. That's all you need to do. Stay plugged in, stay focused, and you're in an extremely good place. You are going to write, like Marcianne said, we're going to write books about this, guys, about our own individual journeys on passive, how we overcome our downtimes, our euphoric moments of what happened on our journey. This is what is going to be so cool about this business. When things get going and we're earning the money, we really are going to be over the moon. All this is going to fade away. It's going to be a non-entity. We're going to go sat on a porch, having a few beers, saying, remember in 2024 and this happened and we were all like that, and we're going to go, yeah, I don't know what we were worried about. That's what we're going to be saying, because we know where we're going to be going. And that is what we need to focus on. Know your goal. What is your goal? Mine is see this through to the end. I've believed in this business since 2018 of September. Me and Pete. We have nothing else. This is it. It's always been it. So why not see it through to the end? I'm excited. I know we are very, very close. Really, really close. We would not have our CEO looking so relaxed, confident, because he knows what's happening. We wouldn't have our COO, Mohammed Kamal, looking relaxed, looking confident, saying, hang in there, guys. We're nearly there. Stay plugged in. You won't be sorry. When you got both of those people at the top of our corporate, you should be excited too. I certainly am. Back to you, Comfort.
Thank you, Red. Thank you, Red. Thank you,
Oh,
Red.
even
Yes.
Bob, sorry, mate. I
No,
forgot Comfort
no
wasn't
problem.
here.
She's not back, so I'll just continue until she comes back. I'm glad you also use the F word, the focus word, so we stay focused and we are fine. That's the theme. So I'm gonna just make a statement or a comment, expand on something, and then I would like our reaction, all of us, to react on what I say. I'm really interested in hearing what Andy will say after I say what I have to say. You know, Mr. Ash. Mr. Ash made another statement yesterday, and I think Oliver also made reference to it when he was speaking. Mr. Ash talked about whether we've ever seen an environment where you have 5.5 billion people, customers or users around the world inside. So let's think about the impact of that. I want us to think about the impact of that, what that really means and what it can do. You know, having that 5.5 billion users in one system, and then knowing the capabilities of AI and data, how you can use AI and data and really make it targeted. Let us also remember, as these people come into this digital space, this digital ecosystem, remember that we will also have O-Verify. That means these are actually verifiable customers or people, like Colin said. So if they are verifiable, that means they have a digital identity. So we have the one system, the one global system that can actually accurately say everybody in here has a digital identity. So I'm looking at it like in England, maybe we have the national insurance number, US national security number. That's the direction that my head is taking me to. So, Andy, please, what do you think of what I just said? Having this system, what is the impact of it? I'm interested in knowing your reaction, giving you as a finance numbers man, and the kinds of things, the impact of that.
There's two things I'd like to say about this. Can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear you. Yes,
Just
I can hear you. Mm-hmm.
No, yes. I can hear you.
I can hear you, Andy.
Oh, you can. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, there's two things I want to say about this. First of all, we've got, as you said, the 5 point whatever it is billion customers. Let's put this into perspective. If you had 20% of those customers, i.e., 1 billion, that were paying $100 a month, 1 billion times 100 billion a month.
Mm-hmm.
A month. Yeah, this is rather large. Can you go back and just say those things one more time, because there was something else I wanted to. Oh yes, I beg your pardon. Right, the other thing I wanted to cover was the security that we have now. I want to make this very clear, guys. My Facebook account has been hacked. Okay, I have 3 accounts. One is OP Digital Blueprint. One was with ONPASSIVE in it, and it's got lots of the videos on it. The other one is a private one. Now, those 2 are under the control of somebody else. So if you get any information or any requests from anything from those 2 accounts, please contact me, because it's not me trying to get it back. But this is what I love about the system that we have with ONPASSIVE. Everybody is going to move across to ONET, because you've got to prove who you are to have an account. And if you play around, you're gone. See you later. And when there are 5 billion odd people moved across and you're on the outside now, shame on you. So we've got both the opportunity here to take advantage of the correction to the corruption and the fact that there is going to be a revenue coming in that is just beyond our wildest dreams. And bearing in mind 50% of the revenue that comes in is going back to the affiliates. So, you know, if you've got 100 million affiliates and we're getting 100 billion coming in each month, yeah, 50 billion of that is being paid back. It becomes silly money. It's telephone numbers. But this is the time that we can take to prepare, to learn as much as we possibly can about the business. So yeah, those two things, Bob, I think are worth commenting on. So thanks, back to you.
Yes, Andy, thank you. That's why I came to you first. So, and let us also remember that there is, in this digital ecosystem, our security is guaranteed. So you are inside an environment that guarantees digital trust. So the environment is trusted. You have your digital identity, that identifier, that one number, which we can liken it to anything. That might be the only one unique thing that is common to all of us around the globe. You have the trust, and you are inside that system. You know. Also remember, ONPASSIVE uses AI, like we've said several times. It has this AI it has a default. It's a default detector monitoring. So inside this ecosystem, I can tell you that it is going to be a nightmare for scammers and hackers. They will not be able to get through because, first of all, you have to identify yourself, like Andy said, but the system is constantly monitoring any illegal. Remember, we have OTracker. Just if you can think of what OTracker does, you know, user part, it monitors your movement. If anything that you do that's abnormal, they will take you out and then they block you. Cannot come back into the system with that IP address. So let us bear that in mind. So I don't know if any of my brothers can come in and just expand on the impact of this digital ecosystem with this much data users inside.
Yeah, let me start when it comes to the security part. Look, we have to understand that we have advanced technology, and our advanced technology comes they come with their own security, you know. Then again, AI has its own self security, and we know there are always, you don't trust anybody. Like I always say, trust but you verify. Internally and externally, we don't trust anybody. And any data that comes out from the public has to pass through the firewalls and has to be protected. And if AI now kicks in, immediately his AI sees any unpredicted data coming in or a malicious something coming in, that automatically block the system. You know, then we have cables that also comes in. This is, I'm just saying this because we need to guarantee our customers out there and people out there to understand that we are in we have a tight security that if anything happen, I guarantee you it's not from ONPASSIVE. I guarantee you, from compliance to networking to the database and our internal where our data are reside, you cannot penetrate us. You cannot penetrate us because in going into our data center from the firewall, going to our data center, we have cables. Fiber optic cables comes with its own security. The server that we use, I can also guarantee, I'm not sure, standing from outside, but based on what Mr. Ash has told us, our servers, they come with their own security. You know, I can also say this because Mr. Ash Mufara also told us this maybe a year ago, that our data center is also secured, and we have that data center that is like UK's database or US or the state in the US that the federal government data center connects to the federal government. The federal government connects to the state, which is also well secured. That is the kind of disruptive technology that ONPASSIVE with that Mr. Ash has invested a lot of money. So the only thing now is, if there's any problem, please check your security, check your own machine. And what I'll preach here is, make sure you secure your machine. When I say machine, I mean your laptop, your whatever you use, your cell phone that you use. Make sure it's also secured. Remember that we are going to be very vulnerable to all these bad guys out there. When they know that you are a founder, you are vulnerable already, because they know that we should be making financial transactions on daily basis. So make sure any gadget you buy is well secured. Get a firewall. And also learn, we keep saying this all the time, also learn not to use different people's, go to neighbor's house or family member house or friend's house and use their own laptop or whatever you want to check. If your cell phone is not good, please get a good cell phone. So like me, I do everything on my cell phone. And I have double security on my cell phone. So, and there's also this two-factor authentication. Make it to be a best practice to make sure you have that two-factor authentication on your phone or on any Microsoft gadget that because nothing can penetrate us. Go to our compliance side. Bob knows very, very well. We comply to any regulation in any country that you can think of.
Yep.
So when it comes to our security in all levels, we are fine. We are very. Ash has made sure that our security is very tight. Thank you, Bob.
That's very key, very key. When we talk about this era of digital transformation, the one thing that is paramount that you want to give to the users, these 5.5 billion people that are going to come in, thank you, Brother Oliver, is digital trust. And when it comes to ONPASSIVE, we know that is for certain. Brother Vincent, I don't know if you just want to touch up a little bit. We know that when we get inside our data center from all angles, there are multiple layers of access controls within all the way through into the database itself, encryption and everything. I don't know if you just want to, just highlight a little bit for us to just get that extra confidence, because we're talking about the era of data, AI, big data. That's where we are. That's where the company or the country that, like I said, that leads the way is going to lead the way. And to lead the way, we have to guarantee digital trust inside that entire environment. So take it, brother.
Thank you, Brother Bob. And thank you also, Brother Oliver, for about digital security. Yeah, because all Oliver said is digital security. Because today we cannot do everything without thinking about digital security, because everything we do today, even when you go to the website to search information, is a digital security. It comes to the cyber security there, so we need to think about all this. But when it comes to data, we are also protected, because they are all the technology, they are all work together. Because when we come to the database, for instance, we have a Windows level security, where Windows to protect the system. And then we have maybe firewall also level security, because firewall security, we go like hardware firewall security, and then software firewall security, all protected in the database. And then even the database transmission data one point to another, we use also SSL or maybe TLS to protect the data, because when the data in the transition is also should be protected with encryptions. So this is also one level of security also in the database that we have done, and then it's done with ONPASSIVE. Then when it comes to also protect the data at rest, because when the data is not using, we are not using the data today, Sunday, people are at rest. We use also TDE, the data transmission encryption, to protect the data. Let's say if bad guys jump into the ONPASSIVE system, they steal one of our database, and then they jump to another, maybe take it home or wherever you take it, trying to get our data, it cannot get it, because the database is encrypted with the TDE, so it's well protected as well. So this is all this kind of security that we use it. And then we do also authorization and authentication with the window security also to do that. We use our cloud as security also to do all this. So the data in ONPASSIVE is well protected, like my brother Oliver said. Everything, they are all these endpoints, because what we know right now is always to protect our endpoint, tablet, laptop, and gadget, like Oliver said. This is something that we need to do, because in database itself for ONPASSIVE, they are all protected with all the encryption system, the digital technologies for the communication. They are all covered, they are all encrypted. So for that area of on passive, we are protected, and then it's also secure. So what we need to know more is our endpoint that we need to protect and secure, and then hand it to the system. So even all the cyber security, because like Oliver Bob said, we like or not, we'll be attacked, we'll be subject to these people are sitting outside, the bad guys, because we'll be targeted. So the cyber security is also very, very important that we'll look into this. Like Oliver said, two-factor authentication is very single sign-in. Mr. Ash have done that for us. So it's our turn also to look ourselves so that we make sure that we don't be, we have to be vigilant with what we are using, what we are, and where we are, because so many areas that when you go to, you have to be careful because you could be attacked. And then when you attack, it's not because on passive is attack, it's your system. So you need to protect your system. Our on passive system is well protected. All the encryption system is there. Even when, like always say, even when we are sleeping, the data is protected. So no one can get to our system and take it. And then when we are using the data, is protected. When the data also is transfer from one point to another, is well protected. So we have an encryption system, the mechanism, everything is there to protect our system. And then even when we go outside the windows, the firewall system also protect our system. So for me, on passive, all the latest technology. And then again, I forgot to also mention about artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence also plays its own security system. So its security also cover the cyber security, cover the database, cover also all the application, cover the endpoint. Everything is covered. The data center, the cloud area, all everything is secure by the artificial intelligence also play in security system that role. So we see we are protecting maybe different layers, Windows layers, we go hardware layers, we are protected, and then we go to the application layers, we are protecting, and then even the system we are using underground, we are all protected. So for me, all the security system, my brother here, what I'm saying, if he's wrong, they will tell me. We are all done, everything is done, so we should not worry in terms of data, because all the security come from the hardware to the database, so all are protected together. So they are all same system that are working from the hardware to the software or the application. So my brother Bob, I'll leave it there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, that's what I was hoping you tell, so to give our users this guarantee that we have digital, what we call digital trust when it comes to ONPASSIVE and within our ecosystem and our databases. So we can surmise it to say that we are fine, right? We are fine. So, Brother Collins, we are saying that we are fine. Do you agree? I think so.
Yeah, we are fine.
We are fine. So,
Yeah.
and the reason why I'm calling you now is because I agree that we are fine. And yesterday, when Mr. Ash came, I want you to touch on his disposition, what you saw. I think we have made reference here how he's relaxed. He looks relaxed. He's very happy, and your thoughts. You can tell that the things that he's thinking is a physical manifestation of his being. As we see him, we know that he's happy. There's something good happening within. And that also rubs us to us. We feel that confidence. So how did you feel when you saw Mr. Ash yesterday? Just his confidence, the way he spoke. And I would like Brother Matthew, I don't know, I know his camera is closed, but I just want you to give me your own reaction, your own reassurance seeing Ash yesterday, being relaxed, and then delivering the message that he delivered yesterday. How did you feel?
Honestly, I was over the moon. It shows that one of our pillars, the 4 pillars of ONPASSIVE, is already fulfilled.
Yes, sir.
We are not talking about is about to be fulfilled. It's already fulfilled, because he said it will be one of the best, and one of the pillars is the data center.
Yes, sir.
We talk about domain. Remember Ash talk about domain. We are registered in ICANN. He said we already conquered that.
Mm-hmm.
ONPASSIVE registered to ICANN means we are now a domain register from ICANN. Then he was talking about one of the pillar, which is the data center, and the enhancement of the other pillar, which is the ecosystem.
Yes, sir.
With a single sign-on. So if you look at that, he said we are about to own it. Owning the 4 pillars means we own the whole internet place where we are not reliable to any third party or anybody coming to tell us ABC. He said pricing will be top notch, because if you have a license that can, that is like of one cost, he told us one price, whatever happen is unlimited, they can renew it. Means, what will you think Mr. Ashford will give the data center, the price that Mr. Ashford will price out our data center? It means he can beat the price that all the other provider are giving. What do you think Mr. Ashford will give the price when it comes to those who are providing domains are giving? What will be the price of our payment processor if we own it? What will be the price of our product? That's what people don't know. But I like the fact when he said it's about you now. You shouldn't rely on passive. Some people say, wow, why I shouldn't rely on passive? Now he's changing his donation. He's saying that we should rely on passive. Now you tell them we shouldn't rely. He said, don't rely on me. I'm a human being.
Yeah.
I can make mistake. OnPassive is there to provide you with the tools and services for you to fly. I'm not saying, Mr. Alufara use the word, but when you listen to something, take a 2-step back, ask yourself. It means if you go in detail, say get as much as you can get in OnPassive. He said we will make mistakes and we'll continue to make mistakes.
Yeah.
That's a big statement. We have made mistakes and we will continue to make mistakes. He said because we are all humans, we are reliable to make mistakes. If you think that you cannot make mistakes, put your hand up and say Mark Zuckerberg never made mistake, and they are not making mistakes. Put your hand up and said Elon Musk didn't make mistake and he is not making mistake. He is human. He said, do you know how many mobile phones? Remember yesterday he said they used to pull out from the market. How many Mercedes-Benz? They pull it and they said, no, let's pull it back because it's not. But are people not still buying Mercedes? Do they said, all right, because you made mistake, we'll not buy your product? We continue to buy them, because they will fix it. Remember, the first iPhone 6 came out, or iPhone 7. When you put it in your pocket, the iPhone, I think the iPhone will twist or this. They decided to pull it off and make iPhone 8. Because they discovered when you put it in your pocket and you see the phone will twist, then they'll say something happening. I said, no, let's pull it back. Mercedes-Benz, Oliver Brother is the financial manager of Mercedes-Benz. How many of them they pull off from the market? When they look at it, they say, no, it cannot withstand the road distance and it's just sliding off and having something. They pull it back. Even some of the fridges. We're talking about, I think it was Samsung or one of the fridges. They said those who have that version, bring it back. They'll give you a new one. Because it's like something was happening that can even, bring out something, affect your house or maybe fire or something like that. They say, no, let's pull it back. Then we still continue buying all of this product because remember, those who develop it, they are humans. Ash said, don't rely on humans. Don't rely on me, Ash. Rely on your own ability to be successful in both financial and time freedom. You can be financially free, but you are still enslaved. What if that financial freedom disappears? You will never even have the time freedom, because what will happen? You start sleeping, thinking about money. How do I get this money to pay my bills? We are all suffering from that. We chase the money, but we don't have time financial freedom. We don't have time freedom. How many holidays do we have? Even yesterday, Bob, we're talking about it. I said 24 days. You said even in America, it's 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah. So we don't even have that time freedom to go out, relax, with the assurance that somebody is watching your back. He said, OnPassive is here. If you read that note, you listen carefully. It is here not only to give you the tools to have financial freedom, it is here to give you the tools to have time freedom. And that is why they are working hard to put all of this solution before us, so we can utilize it to fulfill our potential, our God-given potentials. What we have to live like human beings, not like aliens. Because most of the time we live like aliens. We chase things that are not necessary. We live in a country that we have never traveled. I'm in United Kingdom. Ask me, have I ever seen Scotland? No, because I don't have the time. Even London, I've not even seen close to. I don't even know where Peter Rogers lives. Ask me to go there, I'll tell you transportation is too much. I don't have the money to buy poetry to go there. Because how will I get the money to come back? We don't have the time to enjoy the environment, to sit, go somewhere, go to where Andy lives close to the coast, for me to go and get some of the sea breeze. Where is the time? I don't even have it. But imagine if there is a company that will give you that time. Time is very essential, and financial freedom, where you can have that money, not to have like exaggerated money. Sometimes people are enslaved of money, but to say, you know what, I have enough that is okay for me, and I can enjoy the life to the fullness. You know, the fullness of life. That is what we are crying. Andy want to travel the whole world. Ask Andy, do you have the capability where we all rely for something that if we spend that money to make that travel, that move, our back is being covered. We know there is something that will cover our back. That is what Mr. Ash Mufara is doing. Someone will say, wow, why do you think this man will decide to sacrifice his own time freedom to give you that money? It's because the system is automated. He himself can still have that time freedom. Rest assured that that system can generate everything. The AI-driven traffic, AI-driven products, AI automated. People comes and goes. They make their time and they go, and the system is just like, you know, there is no redundancy and anything. The engineers, they can take holiday and come back and work everywhere they want to work, maintaining that site. This is the type of life that was designed for humans, but we destroy it and we say we want to be slave of our own world. This is the type of life we all envisage. The whole world wants this. But do we have the mechanism to give us? It's because of human greed. And they are willing, they say sometimes it is there, but the greediness cannot allow us to do it. I want to be the world richest man, so my name can be written in the Guinness Book of Record. I'm the world richest man. That's rubbish. You die with millions in your coffers. Remember that they say Psalm 90, I hope I'm quoting the Bible. He said, may God teach us how to number our days so we may get a heart of wisdom. You know, we don't know how long. They said 1,000 years is like a day in God's eyes. But the only time we need is that time, because they say time flies. It comes, it blossoms in the morning and withers in the night. How many of us had that time to look at it and said, I want to enjoy that God-given life, that creation where I can sit and I look at the breeze, the trees, you know, the air, sometimes the bird even singing in your ears. That's the life we want. Ash gave two scenarios. Somebody living in Azerbaijan, enjoying the scenario. And you go here, someone has the millions, but every day court case, every day the employees, they are calling you, I don't have my salary, this and that. Where do you want to be? I want to have that peace of mind where I can sleep and I know the system is working for me. Someone has my back. Even Mr. Ash Mufara will have his own time and financial freedom because the system is automated to do that. That's why we talk about, AI learning and machine learning, where the system works for you and you have that peace, and there's someone just updating, maintaining, making sure everything is fine, and that people also have their own peace of mind. A lot of people must get this. That is where the world is going. And when we talk about job shortage, that is where the world is going. Automated system, where system and machine will be working for us, and we are getting our own time. Mr. Ashmufara is bringing that to us. The peace that we all want. How many of us will even live? We live our years, but we don't live our lives. The life that we're supposed to live, we don't live it. We live our years. Every day they say, oh, today is your birthday, you clap. Ask yourself, that year, what did you live? How can you remember that years? You cannot even remember it. You remember with sorrow and misery. Now is the time we have to look at ONPASSIVE and start to look that life that we want to live. Ms. Ashmufara is about to give us. I'll leave it there, Bob, because I can go on and on.
Beautiful, Collins. Beautiful. Thank you. That's why I call you. I know how to trick you to get you going. Thank you so much, my brother. So having said that, then we are the lucky ones. We are the lucky ones to be able to catch on to this vision and hang on for Mr. Ash to lead us to our various promised lands. And like Colin said, the system is there for you. Take it and fly with it. Create your own independence off of this. He told us that we should not be dependent on anybody or anything or any system, and he's giving us those tools. It depends on how high or how fast you want to go. You take it and go. So we see that the four pillars are now emerging. The four pillars that Mr. Ash talked about, they are now emerging. We know our OES is being updated, is down, is being updated as we speak. When it comes back up, I guarantee you there's going to be something different. We can't wait for that. We know that he talked up to us again about our data center. Collins has just told us that we have our own domain. That's pillar number 3, old domain, where I can register. So ONPASSIVE is our own domain registrar. And then last week or 2 weeks ago, don't forget, we saw Mr. Ash, it popped up. Our payment processor is live. So that one is also being actively worked on. So all 4 pillars are converging, guys. All 4 pillars are converging. But I also add the number 5 pillar, something that we don't talk about or don't associate it too much with all the pillars. There's one pillar that I think is lurking somewhere around, and that pillar is O Media, because O Media, according to me, is also going to help power us, power on passive through to the entire world with their magnificent videos and creativity that they do for us. So that, I think, is something that we should look for. We are fine. We are fine, my brothers and sisters. Those of you who are listening to us, we are fine. Just have confidence, relax. Let our CEO, let Ash be Ash with the team. The decisions that are being made are made in our favor. Ash Mufara told us last week that he's taking back control. And we know when he takes back control, we know that his original intention was for us to uplift humanity. And he was going to do that through us, the founders. Remember, he said, he would love to create 1,000 Mother Teresas. He cannot do it all by himself. And who are his Mother Teresas? Is us. So he's going to make sure he pushes as much as he legally can to us so that we can go out and uplift humanity. That is his original intention. That intention is so synchronized that nothing can move it. Nothing moves it. Any obstacle that Ash Mufara gets, when he overcomes it, he opens wider doors. That is a fact. That's what is actually happening. So I'll just, Sister Comfort is back. I was going to just give everyone maybe a couple of minutes round as we're heading towards wrapping it up. I don't know, Sis, I'll pass it on to you to see if you have anything to say. I was just trying to make do as you were gone.
Yeah, sure, bro. Why are you handing over to me? I just came back and I was enjoying it from the back. So I don't know what you want me to do. But then let me go on your case then. Earlier on, you said we are lucky. I'll give it back to you though, but bear with me, guys, if you let me. You said we are lucky. We are just lucky to be here. I deny and I refuse to be called a lucky person. I am just a chosen one. There are how many billion people are there in the world? Why is it that it's just you and myself are part of this and we see it? Because we're meant to be part of it. It's by design. It was written. That's what it is. We are messengers. We are just chosen. Many are called. Many are called, including those who have heard and ignored, those who don't even want to listen, those who have come and then gone away that they don't trust in it, and so on. You are keeping on and on and on and on because you are a chosen one. Fields are wide, harvests are waiting. We are the harvesters. We are the Mother Teresas. Not anybody can be a Mother Teresa. The future is bright and things will never be the same again. That's what I know, Uncle Bob. I think you should give it the last round. Just control the last round because I've been out Mama. On and off. Thank you. Bro.
Okay, no problem. Yes, so thank you for that correction. Yes, we are not lucky because truly, you have to actually have that mindset, that thing inside you to see Ash Mufara's vision, to connect with it, for you to see what this is. So thank you for that correction. We are the chosen ones. We are the chosen ones indeed. So we'll just give a round, maybe 1 minute each. Anybody? Is that Engineer Mike? Engineer Mike, okay, welcome. Yes, welcome. So I was going to give everybody a round, but since you just popped up, yes, your reaction to anything, what happened yesterday? You were part of the panel yesterday with Mr. Ash. It was very exciting, very exhilarating. His disposition and everything was good. The message across was wonderful. Everybody absorbed it very well. It was easy, explicit enough. So what is your reaction real quick before we do a 1 minute round and then we'll wrap it up? Since we don't have any questions, we can't answer questions today.
Okay, Uncle Bob. Thank you, panelists. Wow. Yesterday, I was just in a different world because it took me down to memory lane when I just joined ONPASSIVE. I used to be in the old winners, you, Uncle Bob, and Uncle Oliver, the way you used to present ONPASSIVE to us. I got a clear value how Mr. Mufare break it down in 10 minutes. That was awesome and marvelous. You used to tell us how OConnect, for instance, is being made up, our product OConnect. You told us that Mr. Mufare has taken into consideration all the other audiovisual platforms.
True.
And he used it now to mold up and build our own audiovisual platform, which is called OConnect. So, and I am still trying to I will get one of those videos so that I give to Madi Digamo to send to him, let him watch it to resonate that beginning of which we did not really know like what we know now. So to me, I had that privilege to really understand his vision. He break it down to us and really make us to understand what is coming. That data center. I'm sure the next bid that will meet him someday will tell him that we would really like to visit that data center someday when it's completed. I mean, just in closed doors to really see, because this is our dream since we joined ONPASSIVE, to really understand what the behind ONPASSIVE technologies. So I was so filled and relieved yesterday how he break it down to us and really explain to us what is coming, which is what we would use to leverage the ONPASSIVE ecosystem, to leverage and bring changes into the world. I'm really happy and proud that we made it to the end. Thank you, Uncle Bob.
Amen. Thank you, Engineer Mike. Thank you for your support. Yes, so we'll just give one round each, one statement or a word or anything you feel. It could be a feeling, any reaction, anything. That's how we do it, right? We just let's leave our viewers or the founders, affiliates that are listening to us with anything that's in your mind. So the way I see it, Bramadi's camera is closed, Marcien's camera is closed, Brother Collins is closed. The next that I see is my brother Oliver. Oliver, any word or phrase, anything you want to leave with us as we wrap up?
Yeah, we've been saying this, myself also have been saying, stay focused on the goal, stay focused, we are fine.
Amen. Yeah. Stay focused and we are fine. We're going to brand that. We're going to make a t-shirt and we'll put that in a very expensive t-shirt with ONPASSIVE logo, and we'll just write in the back, stay focused and you are fine. So Oliver and I will go to what do you call it, pattern it. Mr. Peter Rogers, good to see you, brother. Any words, statement, phrase, or anything for us to carry with as we begin this week?
Yeah, I just want to say really that this is obviously a journey of a lifetime, and we are just about to leave the station. And there's lots going on what Ash said the other day, going on Ash's his posture and the way he was. I've never seen him so bright, and I think, I think we definitely will be seeing big changes very soon. So we're all in a good place, and the train is just about to leave the station.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Good to see you, brother Andy Berks. Andy, what do you say? What say you? One word, sentence, or phrase? Anything? Just take it away, bro.
Yeah. Take this time to learn as much as you can about this business, because believe me, when this goes, it's going to go like a mushroom cloud and you won't have time to do anything. So the more information you get and understand now, the far better off you're going to be in the future, rather than going, oh my God, I've lost it all. What am I going to do now? No, learn as much as you possibly can.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. They should, because yours truly, when it starts, when the train leaves the station, like Peter says, we all are going to be scrambling to take care of ourselves first. We'll not have time to answer people's calls. So this is the time that you want to take your time, maybe call us, ask us relevant questions. Don't ask me, I have not migrated from Ofan. I mean, that's something that is just like insulting me. So ask us questions on how we can help you now as we're moving forward. Yeah, that we can take. But when the time comes, We have to first of all remember when you are in the airplane and anything happens, those oxygen masks they drop. The pilot tells you to secure yourself first before you help even your child. So we have to take care of ourselves first. So please, this is the time. Brother Vincent, one statement, phrase, or anything in your mind that we should take, we carry with us as we start the week.
Thank you, Brother Bob. So what I would say is to pray for our CEO, Mr. Ash, for the great job he's doing for us, so that I know the delivery is imminent. So we only thing we need is a prayer for him and all on passive to come together, and then we have one thing together and pray for our CEO to deliver the great job he's doing. Thank you, Brother Bob.
Amen. Engineer Mike, one statement, sentence, or phrase.
Yeah, Uncle Bob, before the statement, I just want to bring out something. Yesterday, Mr. Mufare was thanking you immensely for what you've been doing. And that is something, if an intelligent person tells you that I learned from you, that's his immunity. I really appreciate that of you. And I want to tell you thank you. And I'll also tell you thank you, the Tech Pro brothers, for what you people have been doing for us in ONPASSIVE, all of us. So my word again for us is, are we ready to receive the ONPASSIVE ecosystem? All of us. Are we ready?
Are we ready? He has been consistent for the past few weeks. I'm going to pose you a question next. I don't want to take time. I'm going to pose you a question next time that I come on this question. So thank you, Engineer Mike. Thank you for joining us. For me, I'm going to say, just one word, surprise. I just believe that there will be lots of surprises. That's what I think. It's a pleasure. Sister Comfort, I'll give it back to you. The honor is mine to send it back to you so you can make your statement and then you close it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Uncle Bob. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. They say teamwork does the work or does the job. I'm not good at that, but bear with me. I know everybody understands. So it's been another great session. We appreciate you all, and thank you, family, for always being there, supporting powerfully in the chat section. And I would like to say, I can't pronounce the name of the person who says this. If you think that you are too small and cannot make an impact, you cannot make a change, then you need to spend the night with a mosquito. Some people understand, people who know mosquitoes and know what they can do. So guys, if you feel like sitting here and just giving it out, what is in you, just bring it. Those are the people who want to see here. While we wait for our OConnect to come, each time you think that you want to sit here on this panel or any of the ones within the week, just let us know. Come here and share what is, just boiling in your heart concerning ONPASSIVE, because somebody's waiting to hear just that thing that you have in you and you are not saying it. They just want to hear just that and they will be fine. So my last word, the future is as brighter than we've ever thought before. Just stick in there. Everything is good. It's going to be just fine. We are just so blessed to be part of this whole process. I will not be surprised somebody comes up with a book tomorrow. People who've been journaling, people would be happy to read through the history and what, and so we are fine, guys. No need. So if you have questions, especially about the data discussion from earlier on, reach out to me on Facebook Messenger. That's the quickest you can get me now, or you drop it in any of the YouTube channels in the chat section. I'll put them together, and if there's need, not just any kind of question, if it's something you really want to learn, I'll quickly get the team together and we'll come back to you. Thank you, guys. We love you.